FM26 is right around the corner, but one of the most fun things at the start of the game is finding out the brand new Wonderkids. But if you guys want a little sneak peek into who are some of them are going to be, I'm on an updated FM24 database which has predicted the best, and I've got a full shortlist that we're going to go through today. So let's try and find some untapped talent before FM26 comes out. Now the database that I'm using is the paid version of the Sorted Out SI database. So if you guys have this database, then you'll be able to find these Wonderkids as well. And I'll leave a link down to the Patreon down below where I've just got a shortlist up there for completely free. All you have to do is become a member and you can get the shortlist on your game so you can get using the Wonderkids on FM24 before they get good on FM26. And on this shortlist, I've got over 200 players. Some have been Wonderkids on FM24, some have not even been on the generic version of the game and have been created for this sole reason. And today I'm going to go through each individual position so you guys can have a little mental note for when the game does come out, who the best players are going to be. And of course, we're going to sim 10 years into the future as well, so we can see the actual breakout stars and what they've done. And we are going to start off with goalkeepers. And interestingly enough, the number one goalkeeper is George Evans at Millwall at 18 years of age with the highest potential of 166. You've got Vilads Bertelsen from AAB in Denmark, Finn Molnar from AZ Alkmaar, Alessandro Nunziante from Udinese. And I've actually used this guy on a few rebuilds that are coming out over the next couple of weeks. He's really, really good. And someone to certainly keep an eye out for. A lot more well-rounded than someone like the 16-year-olds. He could be really good from the start. Mark Engel, really good. Jack Porter, Matthias Sagers, Leo Paul Boyer from AC Milan, and some more down here at the bottom as well. Moving on into right back though, because there is some superstars. Hector Fort, currently on loan at Elche, is actually a Barcelona player, so won't be able to sign him in the first season, but after that, this guy's going to be brilliant. He was also on FM24, should just be even better on FM26. Chivinho Wilks from Bayern. You've got Seme Reinders, a 17-year-old right back here with 110 current ability, which is really good. And what was that? 165 potential ability. Noah Mikic, an FM24 Wonderkid, but also looking to be good. Fabian Miren from PSV, 160 potential ability, 16 years of age, of great speed and 6 foot tall. Could be a bit of a demon. Eden Roca from SK Rapid, Callan Hamill from Arsenal, Adam Elchar from Bayern as well, Duje Slatina, Jeroen Van Loon, and Thibaut Massimpi. Basically what I've done is I've got 10 players per position effectively, so about 20-25 in centre back, like Pau Gabrasi. Nunzio Engwanda is someone that I've used again on this updated database, just 17 years of age, but progresses into an absolute demon. 171 potential for him. Geoffrey Mokio, Tobias Palacio, another one which I've used, 18 years of age, and this guy's crazy good and will be an absolute monster on FM26 as well. Of course, Giovanni Leone moving to Liverpool from Parma, brand new signing there. Marley Simon, Jayden Nwashi from Manchester United, a 16-year-old centre-back, but a 162 potential here on this database. Looks fantastic and looks great in real life as well. Giovanni Byfield, Mika Peters, interestingly I think is the worst current ability player on the entire shortlist, but a 157 potential, just 16 years of age, could turn into a very good centre-back eventually for you. Cristiano Di Pioli from Udinese, João Fonseca from Benfica, a Barnsley centre-back here, and Oliver Wilkinson, come up through the Barnsley Academy, really good defensive stats and mental stats for a 16-year-old, so certainly someone to keep an eye on. Ollie Wilkinson, Axel Kawaba from PSG, Aidan Heaven, Brad Manguele, Luka Vuskovic, obviously the Spurs centre-back on loan at HSV, Freddie Simmons, Kylian Antonio from Lens, Matteo Palma, Harley Edmondson James, a Manchester United signing for this summer, Joshua Stevenson, Rafael Mota, Joachim Kaya Sander from Red Star FC, on loan I believe from Southampton. Could be someone again to keep an eye out on. 18 years of age, 6'1", good speed. Again, great mentals on him and some more down there. Left back will be the final kind of boring one, although I say that. Saba Kabarashvili, a Georgian left wing back. Again, I've used this guy. He is outrageously good. His physicals are mental. Decision making is crazy good. 14 crossing. He's 16 years of age. He's going to be so good on FM26. Of course, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Cal Prates from Cruzeiro is a fantastic left back, but I've used him at centre back where he was also incredible. Haris Mdogo from Nice. Osman Toure from Leverkusen. Joshua Stevenson once again. Lucas Yetten. Eniola Owablobi from Ajax. Javier Barres Fernandez from Ghent. And Dino Gurbovic from AC Milan. I've tried to pick out some different ones rather than, going for all of the standard FM24 ones. And another one like that is going to be Ayoub Bouadi. Looks insane on this updated database, but it's probably quite a realistic upgrade for him. This guy looks like one of the best young prospects we've seen in a long time. Coming out of Lille once again. A very big Wonderkid farm is Lille. I mean, Lenny Yoro, Carlos Baleba, Ayoub Bouadi. I believe Camavinga was Lille as well. Just seem to produce so many fantastic young players, and this guy looks no different whatsoever. 177 potential ability. Maybe the new Snipan is going to be Alex Brunner, coming in from Swedish time Norrköping. This guy looks really good. 1 cap for the club already, just 17 years of age. 175 potential. Reggie Walsh from Chelsea. Nathan De Cat is a superb defensive midfielder coming in from RSC Anderlecht. Of course, Mark Bernal, Geoffrey Mokio, Reggie Watson, another young Chelsea midfielder. Kenya Aisharin from Hertha, as well as Boris Mamuza Loom. Hertha could be a really good side to do a youth-only rebuild with. Of course, back in this second tier of Germany after their relegation, could be a team to look to rebuild this season. Gerio Pereira de Gama from Pex Vol. Eduardo Felicimo from Sporting. Seth Richardson from Fulham. We've got Alvin Ayman from Liverpool. Josh King from Fulham and Baron Osman. Josh King, someone who can play Premier League football straight away. Of course, is playing it in real life for Fulham and looks really good potentially for the next year. We'll move on into central midfielders, and possibly the most exciting one for FM26 is, of course, going to be Max Daumann, just 15 years of age. I imagine he's going to have a mental potential. This is him in the database, 15 years of age, 183 potential ability, the same as Kendry Paez. And if you use Paez at the start of this game, you'll know that's pretty incredible. Christian Komoto coming in close for Spezia. He is a AC Milan central midfielder. Great decision making, looking like a modern day Pirlo. Quite slow, but amazing on the ball. Could be someone to look out for. Jules Fernandez from Barcelona. Abdullah Uzan from Ajax, certainly someone to look out for. Benjamin Brantlid, another guy from this time Gothenburg, but also from Sweden. Benjamin Brantlid could be someone, again, another Naipan regen. Lennon Miller from Udinese. This guy's brilliant. Moved there from Motherwell this summer. Unbelievable potential here. Konstantinos Karatis from Genk. Already a 135 current ability. Potentially going up to 175. Another insane young midfielder from Greece. We've obviously got João Abro from FC Porto. There is another one from Porto coming up who will be probably even better than Max Daumann. Reggie Watson, Ethan Wanieri, a 167, just showing you the level of some of these players. Mamadou Balde at PAOK, I used in a rebuild a couple of weeks ago. Really strong Wonderkid coming up. Noah Darvic, Tiz Kravland from Feyenoord. Pestros Kolokonotrosis, another young Greekman coming in from Olympiakos. Greece is going to be a really interesting team and potentially a really fun one to do like a youth to gold with, because their national team has got some really good youngsters in there. Kostas Koulourakis, a 21-year-old at Wolfsburg, looks really good. Tsimikas, of course, but then you've got the likes of Solis at Brighton. You've got some more youngsters listed in throughout the club, but it's the under 21s which are even more impressive. 2 players on this list, also Konstantinos Angelakis, also from Olympiakos. So Greece, certainly a nation to look out for on FM26. Thomas Parmo from Independiente, maybe the new like Ian Sabare. This guy's 17 years of age, looks really good as a central midfielder / winger. Could be awesome to go and get. Martin Barbosa from Firenze, another 15-year-old. This guy, not got a lot of pace about him, but fantastic on the ball. These Wonderkids are just going to keep on coming through the next few years as well. Train Yoni through Leeds. These Wonderkids, I'm sure, are going to get better and better. And on FM26, obviously with like dynamic potential, they could either completely never make it, as we could see in this 10-year simulation on FM24, or go on to be some of the best players in the world. Train Yoni from Liverpool, Keanu Dyer from Volendam, and Drija Maksimovic from Leipzig. Let's try and scroll down, find some more interesting ones from different leagues. Victoria Pleasant, Yuri Panos at 17 years of age. From Colombia, Miguel Agmaz. Sandro Nascimento from Sporting. Sydney from Bahia in Brazil. And that's it in terms of central midfielders. Going on to the wingers now, because there could be some more superstars in here. And there is, let me just say that right now. Ibrahim Mbaye, 17 years of age from PSG, looks absolutely insane. 189 potential ability. Javinho Zinhagel from Feyenoord, left winger. Insane potential, 188. Rodrigo Moura from Porto, 133 potential, current, 189 potential ability. Looks fantastic. Will be very expensive, but I imagine very good. Tony Fernandez, Gio Quenda, Kenyan Dogne, Franco Mastantuono from Real Madrid. I imagine it's going to be one of the best on the game for sure. Very expensive. JJ Gabriel, 14 years of age in this, well, at the moment in real life. And it's a potential wonder kid. I don't know if he'll be on the game, really down to his age. Obviously, being an updated database, we can get him on the game. But for legal reasons, I'm not sure if he'll be on the game. Being 14, I don't know if Max Down will be at 15. To be honest, I don't know if we've ever seen 15-year-olds be on the game. I can't remember Yamal when he was first on. He might have been 15, but definitely not 14. So we interested to see if JJ Gabriel makes it onto the game. Esteval for Chelsea, 173. Now, this database, I imagine, was made probably about a month ago-ish in terms of current ability, potential ability. Esteval, I imagine, is going to be possibly one of the highest wonder kids on the game for sure. Nadson from Santos, still going to Brazil and finding wonder kids. Konstantinos Karatis, Reggie Walsh, Benjamin Brantley, we've seen. Oscar Pietraszewski from Jagiellenia in Poland looks fantastic. Such a good youngster we could see on the game. Jesse Da Silva, Clayton Diani from Aris in Greece. Another one, this time a Senegalese winger. 18 determination with great speed and dribbling. He could be someone to keep an eye out for sure. You know, if you was 10, you know, out of a South African wonder kid, Michael Alagazoglu, 18 determination also. No speed to him, but a technical player for sure. Could be very, very fun to pick up. Cardoso Varola from Dinamo looks fantastic. Gabriel Biancheri from Manchester United. And then Bellinho also from Dinamo. Now, I have had a sneak peek at the 10-year simulation. And this guy is going to become an absolute joke. So Bellinho, someone to also keep an eye out for. Yari Grutfam, Jerry Monga, Wisdom Mike from Bayern, Bendito Mantato from Manchester United, of course, Lamine Yamal. For some reason, only a 164 potential. I imagine it was between 150 and 180, and it's gone very low with him. But we know how good Lamine Yamal is going to be next year. Wouldn't surprise me to see a 200 potential on him whatsoever. Antonio Cordero, Levi Ashimpong, a few for Spurs and Chelsea. Gabriel Meck still at Gramau. Riquelme Felipe for Palmeiras. A Senegalese winger here, Sidi Barama Ndiaye. 17 determination, good speed and dribbling. Another one to be potentially excited about. Who else? We've got Rio Ngoma from Liverpool. I imagine that could go up to around 180 rather than the 161. Martin Barbosa, we've seen. Francisco Wang from Benfica in there. Kai Rooney for Manchester United. And just finally, we'll look at the strikers, and then we'll move on into the 10-year simulation to actually see who turned in to some of the best in the game. If you guys do enjoy this sort of video and want to see these wonder kids in FM26, this is the best place to be. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Sami Boadine from PSV, 184 potential. I'm doing a rebuild where he is up front at the moment in Middlesbrough, and he's fantastic. Tony Fernandez, Enzo Alves, Romeo Garnier from Ajax, as well as Emre Univar from Ajax. Will Wright from Liverpool. Ajax dominating here. Isaac Compare. Enzo Malembe from Lyon. Endrick, of course. Jose Reyes. Was that the striker that was doing bits in the Club World Cup? What happened to that guy? Because I thought he was going to be an absolute insane player. Francesco Kamada from AC Milan on loan at Salento. Leon Eklund from Norgesland. Michael Alagazulu, who we've seen. Daniel Nsumbu from Sturm Graz. Looks really well-rounded at just 18 years of age. Again, could be a really good player to keep an eye out for. Christian Kofane from Leverkusen, just 18, coming up through the academy there. Wow, he looks good. Like, really good. He could be insane to use straight away. Christian Kofane, someone to keep an eye out for. Thomas Suarez, Ryan Francisco, Case Cortel, not DM. There's another DM that's a really good wonder kid from Nice. Very similar name as well. This guy's a striker, 154. Of course, Shaquille Van Persie, Chido Obi, Alberto Velasquez, a Finnish striker from Midtjylland. Kalen Cadamarati from Manchester City, an English striker with 14 finishing at 15 years of age. He could be pretty good as well. Brian Maggio from Metz. Thomas de Martis, a 17-year-old. Boca Joaquin Pinheiro, another striker looking really good. But let's go 10 years into the future and let me show you some of the players that really did turn out in this simulation to be some of the world's best. And this is a really important part of the video as well, because this is where we see the players with their maxed out mental stats and their determination and their personalities, if they're going to be good enough to get to the top level. So someone like Tony Fernandes at Barcelona with a 170 current ability, yeah, he's got it in the locker. This guy looks absolutely insane. Who else are we looking at here? Igor Tynjin. Where did you start off? Blackburn. And look how good this guy is. 17 finishing, 17 composure. Sam Amawe starting at Strasbourg. He was initially at Southampton in this game, but has moved on and becomes absolutely incredible. Really good winger, more than a striker in my opinion. Ryan Francisco still at Sao Paulo, but my God, has he progressed really well. JJ Gabriel at Manchester United, still only 24 years of age, but turned into an absolutely fantastic pacey winger. Thomas Suarez at Benfica, 27 years of age, looks great. Michael Alexzulu coming in from Supersport, going over to Portugal, eventually landing at Sunderland, where he looks fantastic. 21 games in the Championship, 7 goals. Moving to FC Porto. Oh, no, joining Sunderland permanently from Porto. Interesting to see he makes the move there. Asa Bunyel, Kai Rooney at Middlesbrough, another one we might see on the game this year for the first time. But that's pretty much it in terms of like Premier League quality. Lionel Eklund got a young move to Chelsea, never quite panned out for him. Moving on into the winger positions, are we going to see any surprises? I mean, I'm not surprised straight away to see, I'm pretty sure I saw, what's his name there? Esteval from Chelsea right at the top. It's actually Max Dowman, 183 out of 183. 53 caps for England at 25 years of age. A loan spell at Stoke. That seems quite apt considering Mikel Arteta is basically Tony Pulis. And basically a goal every other game for Arsenal, which is insane. 20 goals in 31 Premier League games for him here. Giovanni Osago moving to Manchester United and becoming a superstar winger for them for sure. Cardoso Varela at Dinamo hasn't moved from them either. 167 current ability. No value to him whatsoever. Leaving the club, joining over Liverpool, Brighton, Newcastle, or going to Saudi. Shows you can pick up them bargains from Dinamo on the game for sure. Konstantis Karatis at Bayern. Clayton Diandi going to Stuttgart from Aris in Greece. Progressed into a Champions League and Bundesliga level player. Bellinio at Newcastle. Crazy value on him. 11 goals, 2 assists, 49 games. And considering this guy doesn't have the biggest potential, that's pretty crazy. He's also got the captain's armband there, which is absolutely hilarious. Riquelme Felipe going into Palmeiras. Francisco Wang going to Benfica. Ibrahim Mbaye, still now 27, now at Clermont at Ligue 1. Never quite reached the potential. So you can see a lot of it is about how they actually harness the potential. Starting at PSG, you know, you only played 20 games there in the first team in 7 seasons. Sometimes you've got to get these wonder kids out early. You know, if they're not going to progress, probably like Esteval, so at Chelsea for too long, 55 games in 5 years, now finds himself at Nottingham Forest, trying to revive his career a little bit. If you guys know anything about getting wonder kids, get them as early as you can, turn them into absolute superstars. JJ Gabriel, as we've seen already. Let's check out the midfielders then, cams and centre mids. Highest current ability, Ayoub Bouadi now at Manchester City, 27 years of age, looks insane. 6'1", unbelievable on the ball, good speed about him as well. He's going to be someone so good to pick up next year for sure. We'll try and get him in my beta save, of course. And we'll be doing that with Manchester United as well. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Axel Bona from Norrköping. He managed to get out to Inter Milan, went on loads of loan spells, and now at Napoli and looks insane as well. We've got Mark Bunyal, Mamadou Balde at Villarreal. Reggie Walsh was a Chelsea youngster, went on loan lots, ended up going to Newcastle, has become an England quality midfielder. Someone to keep an eye out on for sure. Thomas Parmo at Velez. Trainioni for Liverpool. Noah Makembo and Tamo is a really good cam. Has been all FM to be honest. And now at Club Brugge in this save file. Goal scoring cam as well for some reason. Scores loads of goals despite having the greatest finishing. Nwaneri at Sevilla. Rodrigo Mora at Sevilla also. Sevilla the Wonder Kid farm. never really progressed too much. Moved to Manchester City, moved to Real Madrid too early. That's what happened to him. Despite a couple of good seasons, didn't end up making it. Moved to Manchester City for 53 million. Hasn't quite made it. So Rodrigo Moura, another one to try and get out as early as you can. Don't let him go to the big clubs. Who else we got in here? We've got Chris Rigg at Manchester United. Andrija Maksimovic for Leipzig. Jesse Da Silva at Club Brugge looks fantastic. Only on one loan spell to Rotherham and since has been at Club Brugge. Moving on into just some of the defensive positions. We'll do all of these at once, shall we? Just so we can see who has maxed out their potential. Pau Cabrasi, Hector Fort, no surprise there. Geoffrey Mokio going to PSG. Nzuna Ngwanda going to Porto. Starting at Anderlecht, centre-back who looks fantastic. Only 7 determination on him, but managed to reach his potential. We're looking into Mars Lewis Skelly now at Newcastle. Giovanni Leone at Napoli. Noah Mikic of Atletico Madrid. Brad Manguele for Newcastle. Matteo Palma for Leverkusen. Jeriel Pereira Gama still at Ajax. Nathan De Cat at Manchester United. Looks like a really good defensive midfielder. Listed there now at 26 years of age. But, I mean, he'd do a good job in our midfield right now, wouldn't he? That's for sure. Lennon Miller at Fulham at 28 years of age. A Scottish international for sure. Never quite reached that crazy potential. But basically, guys, today's video was just looking ahead to FM26. We're getting to that point now where we're not going to be uploading as many rebuilds. We're going to be trying to look ahead to FM26 and get excited because I'm so excited. And I find it a little bit difficult now to play FM24, seeing what we've seen in the match engine, seeing what we've seen in the UI. FM24 is a little bit dry now, isn't it? So we're going to still make the rebuilds, probably 2 a week from now on, but then twice a week. These sorts of videos, looking ahead at what FM26 has to offer, and of course, reacting to the content that comes out on FM as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because this is the place to be in the build-up to FM26 and for FM26, how we try and get to 20k subs. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.